Good morning to everybody who has made it to the Fiberific Thursday morning live chat. And also good evening to those of you not on the Australian time zone. That's right, I am streaming here from Australia. I am in Queensland, Brisbane, near halfway between Brisbane and the Gold Coast. It's one of those lovely, lovely places that I love, sort of, sometimes. So it's bizarre. Anyway. We're having an unusual day here today. It's really overcast. I think it's going to rain, and I'm very excited. If it rains, I'll be so, so happy because we desperately need it. I've got some doors and windows here open. If it gets too noisy, let me know and I'll get them closed. The other thing to remember is a bit of housekeeping all at the start. Is we've got a courier delivery coming today, and the chances are they're going to come right in the middle of the stream. So I might have to run away briefly, sign for something, and come back and be all puffed out. So I want to say good morning to all our mods. We've got lots of mods in here today. We've got Kim Scullen, Sally Schilling, Jackie Doyle. Did I miss anybody? Kim, Jackie, Sally? Yes. Okay, so you guys, if you're wondering what the deal is with the people with the blue names and the spanners, these are our moderators. Sometimes we don't have the nicest people jump into our chats. It's not very often. Also, so the moderators can keep an eye on them when I'm not looking, and I can focus on you guys that are here for the fun. So the mods do a great, great job. The other thing that moderators can do that you can't is they can add in links. So sometimes I'll say, hey, can someone toss in a link? It's actually me asking the mods if they can toss in a link, like my website link. If someone could throw the fiberific.com.au website link, that would be great. Kim says, I need a parcel wench to sign for stuff. Yes, I do. I do, definitely. So welcome to everybody who's jumped in and joined in the chat. I'm not sure how, we've got quite a few who've jumped in quite early, so that is awesome. My video looks nice and bright today. This is my standing camera that I always use for my face, but what it is, because I haven't had to put as much light over the other one, I've been able to give me some more light. Thank you. So yeah, Kim Scullen got in there with the link. Fantastic, Kim. Thank you. Andrea helps out with die streams. I don't make her come over and sit here for these ones. She gets to sit with you guys and enjoy it, sit back with it on her tally with her craft in her lap and have a nice day too. So one thing that we've got up and running today, and I'm not sure how it's going to go, guys, because it's first run last night. I tried to give it a test, but our internet here was just so slow that everything was just pretty iffy. So we've got a new camera. So precursor gear nerd stuff happening right now. Okay, you can zone out for a second, grab your coffee. Gear nerd stuff happening. So basically, I run this live stream with two cameras. Currently, I'm hoping to get a third in soon. So I currently run this live stream in with two cameras. This one that we're looking at right now, and another one that does all our hands over shots. And it's this guy here, my precious Logitech C920. This is a fantastic model camera, and they still sell them, and they're still awesome, and I'm tempted to get another one. But this guy, he's been working hard for a couple of years. So this particular model, this particular unit, he might have to go to. I might have to make like a little place for all my tech gear to go to die. Although I could just bin it, but that would feel weird. Anyway, he died, and he had a slow death that made life hard, very, very hard for everybody watching, because he was just not being able to pick up contrast and would just flicker, and it was very bad. So I had to make the decision this week whether to just light it, because he was fine if it was bright light, and so whether or not just to really light everything up a lot and just keep pushing ahead, or whether to go ahead and buy a new camera. And I'm very, very grateful to those of you that donate every week through Patreon, or every month I should say, through Patreon, because that support and those donations mean that I've got this little kitty, or little, like egg money sort of thing put aside, that means if something like that happens unexpectedly, I don't have to try and make money appear from nowhere, because this gear is not cheap, which is also awkward, because I try to make everything so the chickens have noticed the doors open, you guys, and they have all poked their heads in. Go away. I'm gonna have to shut the door because I've got nothing I can even chuck at them. Go away. So I have this little kitty of money that I can pop in. Okay, I have to go. I'm sorry, guys. They've literally walked in the door. Get out, chicken. Oh no, no. One walked back out, and the other one's coming in. I wish I don't. Do I even have something to chuck at them? I mean, I've got yarn, but that feels wrong for some reason. I've got this little ball of yarn. I can peg that at her. Oh, I should join a baseball league because it totally got her. Go away. Evil chickens. That's right. That's exactly right. So, so we had this problem with the camera, and we decided to go ahead and buy a new camera. And I was really lucky that we had this little pot of money, this little kitty of money, so that I could buy a new camera. And it meant I went out and I bought us the next model up, which is a Logitech Brio, which is this beautiful, beautiful camera. And I was very torn. I was actually 2 models up. And I was torn whether or not just to either get another one of the same, because I know they're good, get the next one up because it's got a couple of extra features, or just go the whole hog and get this really great one. And I was talking to Justin Brown from Primal Video, and I'm like, I'm tossing up what to do. And he said, look, any of the above are going to work for you. He goes, but the Logitech Brio will pick up your colors so much better. And it will also work better in some of the lower light situations that you have. So I am just blown away at the difference. So we're going to get into some shots here in a second to show you what I'm talking about. But I just wanted to say a massive thank you to those of you who donate monthly over on Patreon. Because of you guys, I was able just to make the snap decision. Now, some other decisions that I made at the same time to save on some shipping. I've got some more gear coming, but it'll be good. So I'm just going to have a quick look through the chat. Welcome to everybody who's here. I did throw some things. I threw a ball of yarn at a chicken and she has now run away. Live Die is the second Thursday of each month, so it will be the 11th. Yes, I don't know what the date is, but it is the second of each month, the second Thursday of each month, so it's still a few weeks away yet. Josie and Elise, welcome to the chat again. I'm so glad you could join in too. Where are we? We pledge our undying support. Thank you, Kim. Yes, you guys are awesome. Like, it's every month when it comes through, I'm just a bit like blown away, and I really appreciate all of you that do it so much. It makes some of these decisions not hard. Like, yeah, do it. You know, you guys are here. I want to make this stream as technically non-glitchy as possible. We do have internet issues, although in saying that, we've been looking at upgrading our internet here as well, so that may be happening sooner than I thought, so we'll see. Andrea says we have a new TV and the sound is so soft. I have it up to 40 and it's still soft. So you guys, is my audio okay this week? I know that last week when we did the die stream for the special die stream with Kylie, the audio was really hinky, and there wasn't a lot I could really do about that. So I'm hoping today's audio is back to normal. So let me know if our audio is back to normal. So welcome to everybody. There was somebody who jumped in quite early who said she was from WA. And I'm just trying to work out, are you from WA as in Western Australia? Because in Australia we have a state called WA. Or is it WA as in the US WA, as in Washington? Are you using the new camera yet? The colors are great. No, this is my old camera, but I've got extra light because the new camera doesn't require as much light as the one before it did. So I've been able to give me the glowy lights. It's all good here. Everyone says the audio is good. Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me know. The game gave me a new webcam. It's a Logitech Brio. Hardly use it though. I've got a Logitech Brio, Gamer Widows. You should use it. It's beautiful. Okay. Hey Tammy Everton, welcome to the chat. Okay, so do you want me to start spinning first or tell a story first? Because I've got lots of stuff to share and talk about today, but I have a particular story that I can now share about. I had to wait till the Mystery Lace Club people received their Mystery Lace Club because it's Mystery Lace Club related, sort of. Mystery Lace Club adjacent. Let's go with adjacent. So yeah, where are we? Don't forget, Sally's saying, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and put your chat into live chat instead of top chat. Thank you. Yes. Oh, Ida is from Washington. Thank you, Ida. We have WA here in Australia as well, so I was a bit like, oh, which one is it? Tell us a story. Kim says it's pink and it's silk. Pink silk. So the story. Okay. Mystery Lace Club members, of those of you that join into the live chat, not all of you do, I'm aware. Hopefully you've all received your club, otherwise I'm about to do massive spoilers. This month's club had some beads in it. It had pink silk and beads. And they were tiny, tiny beads, tiniest beads I've ever purchased for Mystery Lace Club, because our silk is 800 meters per 800 grams. 800 meters for 100 grams. It's beautiful. It's slinky, but it's also really nice and soft. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to knit into this beautiful thing. Anyway, I went to order beads. And I've ordered beads for the Mystery Lace Club before, and I know, do not order under a certain number of bag of beads. You won't have enough. Make sure you order at least 10 bags of beads for this number of people, right? And they're 250 gram bags. And I'm always a little extra generous when I'm putting the beads in, because I want to make sure people have enough beads for the whole project, plus if they accidentally knock over the bowl. And if I can, I toss in extras just in case they want to do more repeats. Hey, everyone who's joining the club. Silk lace, what's it called? It was actually a special run just for the Mystery Lace Club. It hasn't been added to the Fiberfix stable yet. It may well do. I'm going to see what people think about it. So I ordered in 10 bags of beads, which is about normal for the number of people. 10 250 gram bags of size. What size are they? The size 8 beads are their Miyuki Magatamas. Not Magatamas. They're Miyuki Triangle size 8 beads. And I only ever use Miyuki. I'm very fussy. I'm very fussy when it comes to beads. And so I've ordered in all these beads. I've sat down in the afternoon, got my little scales out and everything I wanted to, so I can sit and watch. What was I watching? I don't know. I was watching probably Hawaii 5-0 or something on TV. And I'm weighing up these beads, and I weigh up the first bag, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. So I tip it back out, and I count like 100 beads and weigh those, because with Miyuki you get told it is like you get told, okay, you got X amount of beads per gram, X amount of beads per 10 grams, and so I was like comparing my 100 beads to that, and I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god. So usually I need to send out about sort of anywhere between 70 and 80 grams of beads to each person for their kits. Depends on the kit and the bead requirements and what have you, but it's generally around that place. Well, what I didn't allow for is I always use size 6 beads. I always use size 6 beads to send out with Mystery Lace Club. But these were size 8 beads. And I ordered way too many beads. So I ordered 10 packets of these beautiful beads, 250 gram packs. And to do up all the Mystery Lace Clubs I needed and give everyone an extra 10 grams, which comes out to be like an extra 300 beads. I've still got 1.7 kilos of these beads left, all in this colour. I have 1.7 kilos of these beads. Now, when I sell my beads on fiberific.com.au, they're in 12.5 gram packs. So I'm thinking I might have to see if anyone needs any beautiful beads. They're a gorgeous colour. They'll work so well with pink or purple. They've got lots of clear crystal. Anyway, oh my god, there are so many beads. So many beads. No, I did not spend 10 grand on beads. I bought 10 packs of beads, 10 of those bags. So yeah, so lesson is when you're ordering the beads, especially if they're a different size, check those numbers, check the per gram, per 100 gram thing straight away. And yeah, so I will have to make sure I do better next time. Chris Bragg's asking, can you buy one-time MLC? You absolutely can. You can. So what you do is you go to fiberfig.com.au/MLC. It's all in Australian dollars there, you guys. So if you're in the US, snavel, snavel, snavel. The Australian dollar is so rubbish at the moment. It's down to like 60 cents US buys a dollar Australian. Is that right? It's about there. It's really low. It's horrible for me. It's great for if you're in the US. It's horrible for me. And so the what you do is you subscribe. Make sure you're in for the first month, and then you can cancel it straight away. So that you're in for the following rotation, and then you're not into the next. And you can it's a little bit fiddly, but you can totally set it up so you do it once a fortnight, but you'd have to go in, join, and cancel. Go in, join, and cancel. There's no sort of way to do it. At least I don't believe at this stage that there is a way that you can have it come out less frequently or do it as a one-time only thing. But it's very easy just to cancel it as well. So you go in, make your payment, and then cancel. How crisp are things looking today? Is this new camera? This is not the new camera, but I'll tell you something else that's helping with the crispy of the story is we've got better light. Better light on your camera means clearer picture. But also our internet's really nice today. So, you know, knock wood, we've got nice quality stream. So that was my story for today. Mystery Lace Club, plenty of beads. I don't know what I'm going to do with all those beads, honestly. No idea. So that's a lot of beads. That's a lot of beads in the same color. Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm just having a quick look through the chat, and then we'll get ready to go to our new camera and do some spinning. Those beads would look nice on white too. Oh, yes. Look, that's the thing. They're such a pretty color and such a subtle color. I think they're going to work with a lot of stuff, which is really lucky because I've just got so many of them. So, like, there'll be some kits that I'll be making soon. They're going to have these beads. So be prepared, all right? Chris Bragg hurt her finger and she can't type. Oh, my gosh. Lindsay says your Charlotte looks gorgeous hanging there behind you. Where can we find yarn to make that? Lindsay, so as I'm very slack and I haven't put the kit up onto the Fiberfic website as yet, if you want a kit for it, the kits are $350 plus postage. That gives you enough to make a whole blanket. So you get 350 grams of the grey, 350 grams of the cream, and then 50 grams of each of the 12 colours. So it's I think I've worked it out to be like 1.7 kilos of yarn or something like that. 1.7 700 plus 1250s plus 600, 1.3. Anyway, so we've got lots. That's lots there. So I'm going to switch us over here to our camera. I know. There we go. So it's nice and clear. Now, see, I'm geeking out hard because you guys are probably looking at it going, oh, that's not that much difference in how it used to look. But the difference is that it's clear and the color is good, and also there's less light. So I haven't had to focus all my lights onto this. It's not supposed to be focusing. Don't have the autofocus on, but for some reason it's trying to autofocus. Now, so while we've got this camera on, I've got here, I'm just going to reach down here in this bag that I'm pulling up. Who wants to see the colors we dyed with Kylie last week? So for those of you that don't know, we had Kylie from Fiberlily come and join us in the dye. My dog's losing her mind. I'm not quite sure why. We'll soon find out. So we had Kylie from Fiberlily join us in the dye patio. What do we call the dye thing again? We had our dye off. And so we had photos that we chose that we shared out of the Fibrific Inspo hashtag on Instagram. So both Kylie and I picked photos, but we had to agree upon them as well. There was no like, ha ha ha, I'm going to do this one. So we had to agree upon them. So we went backwards and forwards a little bit. And there was one that I was really nervous about doing, and I'd been putting it off for a long time. And Kylie really wanted that one. So I was like, okay. And I was so scared. So Leanne says she wouldn't mind seeing them again. So Leanne was one of the lucky people who came to the meetup that we had last Saturday. I'm just making sure I've got all the colours pulled out together. Okay, so our first colour that we dyed was based on tiles. And this is Kylie's variation of the tiles. I'm just double checking that it's being nice and clear for you guys. So, and believe it or not, this camera is showing our colours pretty true now. So in the past, it really did not do our colours any justice, especially blues. So this is Kylie's variation on the tiles, which is gorgeous. And then I went a slightly different way with the tiles, and I've got this. I went a bit more greeny with some more pinky purpley. So if you want to have a look over on last week's dye stream, it's all there. So you can have a look at how we made these colours. There we go. I've got to pull it up a little bit more if I want the actual yarn to be in focus. So that was our tiles. So, and then the next photo was, hang on, I'm just bringing the chat up so I can still see it. For some reason, my chat just went full screen and took over everything. Stop it, evil chat. All right. Hang on. It's wrong. It's wrong here. I just need to fix it for a second. Bear with me, guys. I can't see the chat, and I really like to see the chat while we're talking. Okay. All right. Do you recommend cleaning and washing the raw alpaca first or spin it before washing it? I had spinning the alpaca before washing. It makes the spinning easier. So alpacas, I'm just going to pause here. Alpacas are dirty, dirty animals. They have dust bars, a bit like chickens. So they don't get lanolin or grease as such, but they get a lot of dust. And before I worked out why that I was allergic to alpaca, I did used to spin a little bit of alpaca, and I'd react, and I thought it was reacting to the dust. It turns out no, I was reacting to the actual alpaca. I used to sit outside and flick all the alpaca, and it would release so much dust and dirt. Like, that's why I did it outside, because I'd flick it and it'd just go in the wind. And so I would just flick it and then spin it and have no problems. And then wash it once it was actually spun up. But one of the parts of that is I prefer to wash yarn than fiber. I enjoy it more, and I'm a lot less stressed over washing yarn than I am fiber. The other thing is you're not worrying about trapping grease, because there is no grease. So yeah. So you let me have a look. Love that green. Awesome. That's so clear. It's so clear, isn't it, you guys? It just does things for the colors. I'm just like, oh. All right, the next color we dyed was based on a picture of fire. And this was Kylie's interpretation of the beautiful bright oranges and the fire that we had. This is not out of focus. It's just very fuzzy. It's beautiful and fuzzy. It's Kylie's gorgeous, I don't know what she calls it, but it's her mohair silk. Monica Bowers here. Hey, Monica, it's been a while since I've seen your name pop up. So this was the one that Kylie did based on the fire. And then I, again, went a different way, because we dyed it with different types of dyers. And this was my take on the fire. Now, unfortunately for me, I had a bit of problem with my colour taking, and ended up some of the red rinsed out, so I got more of like a burnt orange kind of colour. But other than that, I really love this. So that was my take on the fire. And then we did one more picture, which was a gorgeous hibiscus flower. And there we go. This was Kylie's take on the gorgeous hibiscus. Beautiful, beautiful, bright tropical colours. There we go. And then my take on the hibiscus was a bit more pastel-y. So I went this way and went with these instead. There we go. So, oops, that's my one there. So what we're going to be doing is these are all going to be given away. So keep an eye out on the social medias for both Fiberific and Fiberlily. And we're going to be making up packs to give away. Now, these packs are going to be pairs, but it's not going to be mine or Kylie's. It's going to be one of each. So you'll get one of mine and one of Kylie's in each pack, matching the images. So even though we made different colors, they still totally work together as pairs. So you'll get to have one of Kylie's and one of mine. So in the fire, you would have Kylie's mohair and my 4-ply. And then you would have Kylie's DK and my mohair. And then with the tiles, we both used sock. So there's 2 packs of the same. So there's 2 packs of like a greeny based one and a bluey based one. So that's how they're going to be given away. So keep an eye out in the coming weeks on our socials, because there'll be a little link for you to follow and what have you to get going. I've actually got some fluff to spin, you guys. I should possibly spin it. Just have some coffee. So, and they'll all be shipping from Fiberific here. So, because they're all here, we don't need to ship half and half. It's all coming from the one location, and that it will be open to international viewers, not just Australian viewers. So, you know, I think it's going to be a bit of fun, personally. I'm just drafting some fibers here so that it's like I can just pick up the next little tuft. Because this guy had been in storage a little bit. He's a little bit, I mean, it's not too bad, but there's little sections that are just a little compacted, nothing dramatic, but just makes pulling the things a bit trickier. Okay. All right, let's actually get some spinning done and some chatting in the chat. Excuse me, I've been chatting so much this morning. Such a great idea to mix them. I think it's a brilliant idea, because everyone gets a bit of everything then, and there's no like, oh, I really wanted a Kylie one, or I really wanted a Fiberific one. It's like a true collaboration where we both get some each. And Kylie and I are all about the collaborative stuff. We enjoy that side of our businesses. All right. And let me know if you can see everything that you want to see while I'm spinning. I've got much more camera room now, so I can actually lift it up a bit and make it so that you can see a bit better as well. If you're in the US and you win, you can send Shanti some extra dollars and she can send you Tim Tams. I can. So basically how it works is we pay the same to ship 200 grams as we pay to ship 500 grams. So I always say, you know, if shipping's a barrier, sometimes fill your box until your shipping prices change. So if there's anything extra you want added when you win a prize, just contact us. Josie says, yay, international makes me happy. I haven't bought hand-dyed yarn in so long since moving to Japan. Oh, really? Wow. I was actually looking at a tech place that I've got another shipment that's coming today that I ordered from them, and they had this amazing competition on. There's B&H Photo in New York, and they had this amazing competition on to win this ridiculously awesome like camera package with all the bells and whistles. It's worth like $3.5 grand US, right? So like $5 grand Australian. And they're like, you know, all these people are entering and following what they have to do to enter and blah, blah, blah. And I realized a lot of these people were not in the US. And my automatic reaction is read the terms and services, because that's where people have to put in if it's international or not, or, you know, accepting entries from blah, 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 as long as everyone does everything right. So I've read through the terms and services, open to mainland US residents only. So you can't even enter if you live in Hawaii or Alaska. Man, I gave all this extra lubrication this morning, and it's still squeaking. I think it's my treadle. Anyway, I'll try to keep it at the minimum. So I was just so disappointed. So I popped in a comment like, hey, this competition looks fantastic. Do you ever open up your competitions for international customers? And they replied back and they're really gracious. And they're like, oh, because of all the different sweepstake laws around around the world, it's easier for it just to do it for the US. And so I was a bit like, oh. But I had a little, because I'm nosy, I had a little look at some of the other people who'd entered, and the number of people that mustn't read the terms and conditions or the rules. So it's like, oh gosh. We just looked up the yarns black pearl knits on the new camera. Oh, it's wonderful. I missed something there. Black pearl knits. I was asking Kim if she's feeling better. Damn, that's fine spinning. I mean, it's fairly fine. I think I've actually gone finer than I'd planned to. And now that I've just checked, whoops, I naturally gravitate towards sort of lace to 4-ply is my natural is my comfort. Like when you're not looking and your fingers just do it by themselves, like auto. When I'm on autopilot, it's lace. But the funny thing is, I had a bit of a dig and had a look, and I think I was trying to spin thicker. So I think I'm going to have to anti-imply this and ply like thin onto the thick, because whoops, the yarns were gorgeous, weren't they? Where are we? You said last week it wasn't the treadle. I know, but I've greased everything. It can't be anything but the treadle now. Like, I literally, well, I mean, I just ran some extra Vaseline over some bits just before the live stream, so maybe it just needed a second just to absorb in. But it does keep coming up when I treadle faster. So if I treadle slower, it doesn't happen. So I'm thinking it's a treadle. Yeah, obviously, no, I was reading the T's and C's, absolutely. Freaky said I had to pay nearly $35 for customs, but it was all worth it. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Freaky. I was going to ask if you liked your parcel and all the extra bits that I popped in. So there was a bit of confusion when Freaky popped his order in, and his bank sort of gave him a bit of a bum steer, and so he ended up transferring more money than he needed to. And so we decided, just rather than me trying to get it back to him, because I mean, bank fees are ridiculous. We just decided to pop some extra things in the bag, but I'm like, oh, what will he like? So it was tricky. So I'm glad. Oh, they want to tax you on it. That's why it's hard to be in the US. You could use my info and I can ship it to you. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that offer. I thought I ordered needles as well as hooks and cords. I did not order needles. Well, no, I don't think you did. I mean, I think you had some tips in there. There were tips. There was definitely a packet of tips and some cables. I'll have to double check, but no, I definitely packed in some tips, but not a whole set. That's annoying me, that squeak. Can you guys hear it? Oh, this morning, just as I was getting everything all set up, the neighbours came home from work, and I'm thinking, no, not today. And they had a big old spaz attack in the yard, like just like rah, 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 real loud. And I'm thinking, oh no, I'm going to have to lock everything up and try and not capture it. And then just before I went live, I heard them leave again. So I was like, woohoo. Oh, the chickens are back, and I don't have another ball. Oh, I mean, I do have another ball of yarn, but I don't want to throw that one. Get out. I've got a roll of paper towel. Here we go. I will throw this at you. You're very smart, Finn. You're very smart. Finn just left. She was just like, I don't want anything thrown at me. Kathy says, Chantel, do you think my package might be delayed by customs? I can't imagine why it would be, Kathy. I'll have a look, but I'll have to have a check to see if yours was tracked or not. There was 2 parcels that went out on the same day, and one was tracked and one wasn't. I can't quite remember off the top of my head which was which, but I'll have a look. Throw a bobbin? No way, dude. What if it breaks when it hits the ground? Like Leanne says, curious little critters. Yeah. Game winner says, but we could have had the neighbours arguing show. Oh, we could. Oh, Kathy said mine wasn't tracked. Unfortunately, Kathy, I'm not going to be able to tell you where it is. I can't imagine why it would have been held up in customs. There was nothing in there that would have been held up. Like, it just went to the US and nothing in there. I've shipped all that stuff before plenty of times. Kim says, my parcels from Australia to the USA have been taking 3 weeks to arrive. Ah, there you go. I know that when you pay for the tracking, it also goes just a smidge faster. And so it's normally up to 2 weeks, but yeah. And not that they state it on the website that it's any faster, but it just seems that those parcels that are tracked just seems to move quicker. I don't know why. I honestly couldn't answer. But we'll keep an eye on it, Kathy. Kim says Stephanie gets antsy waiting for her Tim Tams. I bet she does. Freaky says, yeah, about that long it took to get my stuff. 3 weeks. Yeah, I think yours took about that long, Freaky. Went to Canada. So I think yours was the first parcel I've ever shipped to Canada. So I've shipped plenty of things to the US. I've shipped to France, Sweden, Poland, Ireland, lots of places around Australia. That's about it, I think. Mostly Australia. Like 95% of my parcels go to Australia, which makes sense, really, doesn't it? Kim says 7 to 10 business days, not real days. Yeah, that's right. It had to cross water. Exactly, Freaky. At my former workplace, there was a training restaurant. The window of the restaurant faced the hotel next door. So, oh, yes, some nights you get dinner and a show. Yeah, that would be awkward. Freaky says, I'm sure I've read others from Canada say they've made orders. I don't think so, Freaky. Definitely others from the US, but I mean, I'd have to have a look. Off the top of my head, I don't think I've shipped anything to Canada. I've had a lot of people from Canada ask about stuff, but not order it. So, oh, your message said lodged on the 15th. It means I took it to Australia Post. Like I took it to the post office for them to start posting it on the 15th. So they scanned it to say that it was put into their system and it was on its way. So what are we now, the 29th? I'd probably give it another week before you start worrying. Monica says, morning tea time, coffee and birthday cake. Is it Monica's birthday today? Happy birthday, Monica, if it's your birthday. Black Pearl Knits has to go. I'll work morning tea. Thank you, Black Pearl Knits, for joining in. Game Widow says Canada can take 4 to 5 weeks sometimes. Look, I don't understand why any post takes that long. I'm not kidding you guys. I'm not kidding. I ordered this thing that's arriving today. I ordered it Tuesday. Like Tuesday my time, which would have been Monday in the US. And it is arriving today. So I think it's like, unless you're going by ocean, like shipping it over an ocean, like literally on a boat. Kathy says, not worrying, just excited, don't want anyone eating my Tim Tams. I get that, Kathy. I totally understand. Hey, Fran Elliott, welcome to the chat. Just nipping in while it's morning smoko. Good job. So we've got some things coming up for Fiberific next month, so September. So around September the 9th, I'd have to double check. Well, no, September the 11th is Fiberific's birthday. So it's the day that I very first started the business, like the whole like legal side of the business is when I, registered my business name and all that sort of stuff. That's why it counted as the birthday. So we're going to have some deals on, so make sure you're a member of the Fiberific newsletter. So you can join that from my website or off the Facebook page. If someone could pop a link into the newsletter, that would be great. The people on the newsletter will probably get, the newsletter will get all the codes. So, I mean, I'll probably mention it in the live stream more and more, but the newsletter will definitely get the codes. So there'll be some like free shipping things, like for Australia. I'll work something out for internationals as well. It just won't be, it might be half price shipping or something like that. No offense, guys, I just can't afford to wear you know, all of it. Um, Things from Canberra, 2.5 hours away, have taken a week to get to me. Would have been quicker to drive up and pick it up. Oh, I understand that. I had one of my long-time friends and customers order from here to the north side, which it would have taken 45 minutes to drive here, 45 minutes to drive home. It took 5 weeks for her to get it, and only after we lodged a call with Australia Post to say, hey, where is this parcel? Because it was being tracked as well. Oh, Chris says, so when do we need to order to get the Silk MLC? Chris, unfortunately, the Silk MLC is done and gone. So the Mystery Lace Club is each month it's different. It's a mystery. And so if you joined in today, you would, what date are we at? You would be getting the October Mystery Lace Club. So basically the cutoffs are the 20th of each month. So if you joined in before the 20th of August, you would get September. If you join in before the 20th of September, you get the October box, and it's a mystery. The other option is there's usually a few extras, which because we dye extras of all the yarns. And after 3 months, because it's exclusive, each yarn is exclusive to the Mystery Lace Club. After 3 months, we pop them up on the website. So it might be, if you really want that particular one, you might need to just wait until then. Where are we? Are there spares of the August mystery? Yes, there are. Oops, I need to go that way. I'm out of fluffs, but they're not available to I mean, the other thing is, if you join up for October, you're technically a member of the Mystery Lace Club, and you can jump into the ordering of the August. If that makes sense. But it's just how we make it a bit special as well. Game Widow says it got stuck in the Sunshine Postal Distribution. I know, Sunshine West. Sunshine West is where parcels go to have holidays. So, oh, I think we're finally getting ready to move on to some grey. I've noticed a bit of greyish blues coming through, some grey blue hue. What did you miss, Black? I'm not sure. You might have missed a lot, or you might have missed not much. How long were you gone for? Can you guys see all this clearly enough? Because I'm playing with new tech here, so I'm curious. I can still hear it squeaking. I'm just so used to being silent, even a soft squeak, I notice. Oh, that's well, yeah. We showed off the yarn from last Friday, which I'll show again at 11 o'clock. So in about 15 minutes, I'll pull it out again to show everybody, for those that have just jumped in. Kim says the bobbin's going too fast. That's fine. It's all nice and clear. Oh, that's awesome. A discussion on hopeless postal services. Absolutely. So I might just see if I can bring my hands up just so that you guys can see that a bit more. Christine says she can see it clear enough to tell how fine that yarn is. Oh dear. But yeah, no, it's there's so much going on, like with the Fiberific birthday coming up. It's September already. I can't believe it's September, guys. Can you believe it's September? I'm not there. And like September is the end of this week. It's going to be spring. It's, we've got stuff coming up for the Fiberific birthday. Abby's going to be on school holidays again. She's in exam mode at the moment. Yeah, it's insanity. It's insanity. I'm getting ready. I've got to, I thought I had so much time to do this thing that I'm traveling in March for a teaching trip. And I was like, oh, I'll have so much time to get that sorted. It's September already, and they invited me in July, and I've done not really a lot, because it's just like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get this other stuff done first, and then I'll get to it. I've just got to sit down and work on it. So that's what I'm going to do this weekend. Where are we? Is the silk going to be a regular thing in your shop later? I'm going to have a look and see. It works out quite expensive. This particular silk is imported from the UK. So with the Aussie dollar and shipping and the actual just worked out to be very dear. It actually works out to be about $42 Australian per 100 grams, which look, that's just the price of it. I can't change that, and so I'm just tossing up if it's worth having. So I'll have to. I need to think about it. I'll get the feedback from the Mystery Lace Club users to see how they feel about it, if they felt it was worth that sort of money. And we'll go from there, but we'll see. Mystery Lace Club get a lot of specialty yarns that don't end up in the Fiberlily stable, because that's a lot of lace weights that we use, a lot of 4-plies. Odd but Nice says, what about a silk blend? Well, we've got some silk blends, silk and wool blends, and BFL silk blends. I think I've got a whole box. Do you want to see the whole box of some of the blends that I've got? That I've got to take photos of because they're not up on the website yet because I'm just lazy. And I don't want to take the photos. Oh my God. It's hard, you guys. It's very hard. Chris Bragg loves the silk that she got from me. Yeah, you got some of that beautiful Milky Way silk, which is 100% pure Indian silk. Kim says you're assuming that we'll cake it up and use it. Lol. Yeah, I am assuming that, Kim. You're terrible, you are. Oh, but Nice says, I'm looking forward to all your lace yarns when I get some more money. I know that feeling. Is that not the... No, Freaky Geek, Kim doesn't order Mystery Lace Club to use it. Kim is curating a Mystery Lace Club library stash. She has got every Mystery Lace Club, I think. Or did you use your rainbow? Anyway, I think Kim has pretty much got all the Mystery Lace Clubs. Whoops, hang on. I've got 2 tufts that got connected. Not lazy, busy. Yeah. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I think, like, every now and again, I think I just need to get someone in to come and do those photos for me. Just hire someone to come in and just take photos while I do something else. But then I'm like, yeah, but then I want this and I want to do, and it just ends up being like just easier if you do it yourself, Chantel. And then it's just like, no, it's not, because you still haven't done it. So Kim says she used her rainbow. Game Widow says, I hear you on the photos. I have a crate that needs pictures and uploading. Odd but Nice says, my hot-natured family can only enjoy lace weight presents. Yeah, I use a lot of lace here. We're in subtropics, so a lot of lace, a lot of cotton, a lot of silk. I did the first one too, but I got 2 of those, so I still have one in my collection. Oh, but Nice says, please post a photo of all the lovely lace for us. I think Kim's popped a photo up into the Fiberific fun zone of her Fiberific shelf, as she calls it. I'll go and grab a box once I finish this little fluff. I'll grab a box because I can see them. They're just right there. I literally moved them out of the way to put the spinning wheel in. Because they're like right here on the table. This is the table I use for photos. Like they're just sitting there like waiting for me to do it. Leanne says, but I haven't seen some of your MLC makes because Kim doesn't make them. So, oh yeah, she made the grey silk, the grey and pink silk. That was the first one. So we are the test rabbits. I thought testing on animals was illegal. It is, so I'm testing on humans instead. All right, I'm going to pop this off just here. I'm going to move the spinning wheel to the side. Whoops, what's this? Oh, that's my microphone. I might want to undo that before I walk away. So bear with me, guys, while I go and grab this box. There's more yarns to photo. Whip. Okay. So, wow, you guys just got an extreme close-up of my grey hair. Don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so I grabbed the yarn, I threw at the chicken. So I have that back just in case I need to throw it again. Alrighty, so in this box we do have some DKs, but it's mostly lace. So we've got Triangulum, which is a 50% superwash merino, 50% tencel, 800 meters in the carob colorway. Carobs are non-repeatable. So there's 2 skeins of that, and that's all there is. So there's that one. It's got some nice sheen. Not silk though, but still nice sheen. We're going to go through. Oh, you can't hear me. Sorry, microphone back on. Thank you. Sorry guys, thank you. Did you hear me talk about the yarn, or should I talk about it again? Is all that lace. Mostly there's a bit of DK. There's some DK there and a couple over there. But the rest of it's, oh, and there's a couple there too. The rest of it's lace. This is a whole box of lace. Let me have a look. Can you hear me now? Say it again. Okay. That's all right. It was my fault for not having my microphone on. So this is hand-dyed Triangulum, superwash merino 50/50 and tencel, 800 meters, 100 grams. It's like 28 bucks. In carob. Carob is a one-of-a-kind colorway. So there's 2 skeins of carob. I can't redo it. It was a test of a color and I didn't write it down. So it was the precursor to Milo. So there we go. Jackie says she needs some tiffin lace. I've got no tiffin lace right at the moment. So then we've also got, that's Triangulum as well in apples. Man, I like how it shows the colours. And then this one is Triangulum in Silver Mist. This was a Mystery Lace Club colour. So this one went out to, this was a skein that went out to Mystery Lace Club at one stage. Looks like a mix of browns and tans. Yeah, it is, yeah. And then we've got more Triangulum, and this is what Blurple looks like when it's dyed onto Triangulum. So because of the tencel content, you know how bright the Blurple is. I don't have any handy. But, like, Blurple is like that bright usually. Hang on. I can't. That's Blurple there. That's the Blurple in Triangulum. Let's see if I can drag it under this camera. Can't see because the box. Right, so there we've got, that's the Blurple. Right, I'm just stretching out. And that's what it looks like on Triangulum. It's a lot paler. But yeah. Odd but nice, writing it down. So that's the thing. If you see some of these that you want, you can PM me. I'll send you a PayPal invoice. You can save me from doing the photos. These Triangulums are $28 Australian per 100 grams. So far we've shown all Triangulum. This is Violetish in Boots Lace. So this is a 50% BFL, Blueface Leicester, and 50% silk. So that's a nice silk blend. That one's 35 for 100 grams, 800 meters. It's a nice sort of, it's got nice handle too, which I like. And there's a couple of those. This is the other thing, like that's your Violetish in Boots Lace, and this is your Violetish in Triangulum. So exactly the same dye recipe used, but on different bases, because this one's got, the Triangulum's got the tencel, which is the plant-based. It doesn't take the dye. Hey Yvette, how are you going? I'll come over next week and take photos with you, but you still need to color correct them and put them on the website. I'm guessing that's a longer part. Kim, I actually like the color correcting and the editing and the getting all that. It's the taking that. What is BFL? BFL is Blueface Leicester. It's a kind of wool. It's a sheep's wool. There's another Silver Mist, which is the Mystery Lace Club Triangulum. Then we've got some Joss in Boots Lace, which is the Blueface Leicester and Blueface Leicester wool and silk blend, and also in Triangulum, which is the 50/50 wool and tencel. So that's those. And then there's the rest of the Violetiches. We were talking about the Boots Lace versus Triangulum for Violetish. Guess which is which? Triangulum is Superwash Merino and Tencel 50/50. What else have we got in here? We've got some Cuther in the Boots Lace, Triangulum, Boots Lace. So that's the Cuther Mustard, which is a beautiful, beautiful ochre gold. Sorry guys, I love how this camera is doing these colors. They are perfect. They're absolutely perfect. Like, we used to have so many troubles trying to show colors before. This thing is just, it just does it. Over on this side, we have, this is really fine. This is pure silk, but there's 300 yards or 2,700 meters per 100 grams. This stuff's really fine. So if you're a bobbin lace or you want to ply it with something, and I've got it in Cuther and Joss. And then the rest in there is DK. But I've noticed behind me there's more lace weight. So I'll just put all these back in. So did you have any questions? Andrew says, Cuther, quite possibly my favourite colour. I agree with you. 50/50 is nice. Yeah, I agree. I like it because you get like the slink of silk with the warmth and the halo of the wool. Oops, you stay here, a bit of fibre. In the box you go. In the box you go. And also, what's this one? This is Granny Apple in DK. How nicely green is that? It's a little bit washed out. Let's see if we can pull it away from the light. Nope. Too much light for that colour. Okay, so over here, I think some of these might be on my website. So Pinwheel, which is my all-time favourite. It was my first lace weight, and I can no longer get it. It's been discontinued. It was 90% wool, 10% silk, but the drape that it had, it was just, it felt like it feels like there's more silk in it. Honestly, it's such a nice quality. So it's $32 for 680 meters in lace weight. It's a 2-ply. It's just lovely. That carob was gorgeous. Yes, it is. I really like the carob. So that's Pinwheel in lilacs. Then we've got Peach Fuzz in the Pinwheel as well, which is my favourite. Not the colour, the base. And we have an unnamed Rando Blue, bit of a babyish blue, but it says definite semi-solid. Kim says, I think the first Mystery Lace Club was Pinwheel. Yes, it is. Have fun, Fran. Then we've got some nice yellows. These are 2 different shades of yellow. We've got Eye Melting and Butter. So 2 different shades. They're both using the Pinwheel. This one's been reduced in price because it's got 2 knots in it. So it's $29 instead of $32. Oh, back in the box. Then we've got, which I have to be really careful of, but I'm going to hold it anyway, you guys. This is what made me realise I was allergic to alpaca, was when I was working with the Circinus. I have no problems dyeing it, I just can't use it. So we've got some Circinus ochre, which is a 70% baby alpaca, 30% silk, 460 meters. This stuff drapes gorgeously. I just can't use it. And so I have it left in the ochre and in Breaker Lime. So there we go. I think that's it. I've got a feeling there's some more lace weights somewhere, but I don't know where they are. So I'm just going to slide that under there and bring back the spinning wheel. Where are we at for time? It's 11 o'clock. So that was a bit of an off-the-cuff show of some yarn. I hope that was okay. If you want any of those, message me. If you want me to grab a sneaky photo with my mobile phone so that you can decide with a closer-up shot, let me know. You know, am I right with doing them on my phone? It's setting up all the things that I struggle with. Breaker Lime. So in Australia we have Breaker, which is a flavoured milk company. And they make a lime flavoured milk, and that's why I call it Breaker Lime, because it's one of my favourite flavoured milks. And I'm not a lime. I don't like lime cordial. I don't like lime anything else, but for some reason I like Breaker Lime. I'm back. Hubby rang me to pick out a new office chair. Sweet as. I love office chairs. Squeaky, stop it. Oh, for a second there I thought it was going to stop. So, more coffee, you guys, more coffee. Now that we're set back up again. I'll tell you something, it's really novel to not worry about a camera flickering. Like the old camera only did it two different weeks. But it was enough to frazzle me. Yvette says I have family in Australia. Awesome. Chintami says that it looks just like the lime milk. It really does. It's sort of why I called it that. Don't tell Jacob you took photos on your phone. Well, I mean, I'm not going to put the phone photos on my website, though, am I? No. I still can't drink coffee, though, no dairy. Because you're sick. Oh, that's frustrating. So frustrating. I hate being sick. I've been trialing a new treatment for my asthma and stuff over the last sort of week and a half, and I think it's working. You know, I don't want to jinx myself, but my chest is feeling, I'll just whack the microphone. My chest is feeling a lot less heavy, and it's not as bad when I cough now. I mean, I'm still coughing, but nowhere near as badly. Chintami says Breaker Lime is surprisingly yummy. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I don't know why I tried it the first time I tried it. It's not something I would have been like, that looks interesting. I think I shall buy it. Lime milk. I don't know why I tried it. I just did. So yeah, it's one of those bizarre things, and I'm glad I did. So yeah, it's one of those. What's nope, and nope? Are you talking about lime milk? Friday is the Gold Coast public holiday for the show. Are any of the locals going? I won't be. Or entering things in the show. No, I don't enter things in shows. Only one reason is I'm lazy. That's it. Kim says I've had live smoothies at Shingle Inn as part of a high tea. Oh, really? Yeah, no, I can't imagine a lime smoothie being very nice. I don't like lime milkshakes either, which is bizarre. The Game Widow says yesterday she had an asthma assessment with the GP, and now on new meds and a new management plan. Okay. Kathleen says, I've sent to the US. It took about a week to arrive with tracking, but the previous package without tracking took a month. I now just pay the extra $7 to make sure. Yeah, it gets to that point, doesn't it, Kathleen, where like when I need to send something to the US, I always track it, like for myself, but I always give customers the option, because it's at the end of the day, it's up to them. But yeah, it's bizarre that it takes longer. They should, like, one should be tracked and one should be not tracked, and they should still travel at the same speed, as far as I'm concerned. But it's just not how it works, is it? I think they know because it's being tracked that we can watch and see how fast it's moving. I don't know. I don't know what the logic is. Is there logic? I just realised I've not eaten. I need to go eat. I'm in Texas. You should eat. Kim says, I already pay $30 for shipping to the US to send less than $10 worth of biscuits. That's the thing, isn't it? Like, because what's that 4 or 5 packs of Tim Tams? That'd be coming out to a kilo. I just can't justify another 7. I understand that. I need more fluff again, you guys. Do I need to move my little Whoosie Watts? Not yet. So we're getting through this. We're getting through this fiber, and eventually we might have to do a plying video. Steph says, I feel your pain. I'm 38 and I've had asthma since I was 14. Yeah, I'm 42 and I had my first asthma attack when I was like 3 days old or something, and I was my mum's first baby, so scared the life out of her. But it's just it was getting better not better, but it was really easily manageable for a long time, and I think I just got a bit spoiled and wasn't doing some of the things I should have been doing, and now, it's going ha ha ha. If you had have done what you were told. Tracked parcels have higher shipping priority because they cost extra. Oh, there you go. I did not know that tracked parcels had a higher shipping priority. You need to fill in the middle bit. Yeah, I'll come back to it. Definitely. Don't worry. There's heaps more fibre to go, and I'm going to squish it all on this bobbin. Don't you worry. Freaky says, I think it's the new tariffs for the border. Should there be a valley in the blue? No, there shouldn't, but I'll fill it up with some grey soon. Don't worry. I've still got this much fluff to break up and spin yet. So we'll see. It'll all go on. Don't worry. Jackie's saying that wonder with the drought whether more dust and more potential allergens. Well, that's what my doctor's saying. The air's drier. We're not getting as much rain. The air quality in our area is very bad at the moment, at least for this area anyway. Probably from a worldwide scale, it's probably all right. But for this area, it's very dry. It's full of dust particles. So it's not great. It doesn't help that my next door neighbour sets a fire every second day. So that's fun. In winter, but it's not a keeping warm fire. It's basically it's in a keeping warm fire kind of drum, but he's just burning off rubbish. 45 and my first asthma attack at 42. Thank God it's just coughing fits and wheezing. I only use Ventolin as needed and hope it never gets worse. I hope so too. Chintamani. It's not fun. Freaky says the summers have been rather wet this year in their area. Game Widow says, there was that massive storm cell that just basically set all asthmatics off down in Melbourne, wasn't it? It was weird. So weird. Maybe you should invest in one of those Dyson air purifiers, but that only works when I'm in my house, right? Sally says, right, Dy's ordered. I got a bit of fluff in my mouth and it went down my throat and tickled. Oh, that's terrible. Hey, Sharon Waddell. Are you saying right dyes ordered as in you ordered incorrect dyes before, or you mean right dyes are ordered? I'm okay. It's just I got a bit of fluff in my mouth. What is the meaning of life? 42. Evil Eggs 8. Diane Gamer. I need more Tim Tams. Hint, hint. Message me. Lol. My friend Stu just bought an air purifier. Not sure what brand, and he loves it. He feels so much better. He's even started to take it to work. Really? Kim says there's a new... I suppose I could set it up in the office when I'm working and I could move it into the house when I'm in the house. Okay. Game Widows, yes and no. Most exist... Yeah. I'm envious that you can spin and talk at the same time. I think I can talk and do just about anything at the same time. Or I can do anything and talk. because I don't stop talking is probably more my point. It's a buy feel thing, and sometimes I feel it pull, and I just have a little look down, check. This is a very nice fiber to spin. I'm really sad this dye shut up shop. This was my friend Angela from Sean Fibers. It was one of her beautiful blends that she used to do. And it's stuff like this that makes me think maybe I should dye a fiber, because I could do it, but I'm just nervous at the same time. I've got a lot to do already. Do I really want to add another big task, a big labor intensive job, even though it's so beautiful and I want the fibers? Where are we? Yeah, he used it overnight the first night and didn't cough when he woke up the next morning. Wow. That's actually nice. Is Caffeinated Crafters this week or next week? Next week. Oh, get off. It's next week. Is Abby coming tomorrow night? She thinks she is. He works at the airport, so not the greatest air quality. I can imagine. Oh, thank you, Kim, for sorting that out. Dye fiber and show us how you do it without felting the dang stuff. Sharon, my problem is not that I felt it. And the trick is don't touch it once you've got heat on it. But it was, it's more that, especially some of the fibers I have, because they're so delicate and fine and a lot of short staple bits, because I have a lot of cashmere and what have you in the fibers that I have, that they actually drift apart in the pan. And that's more my concern, as it comes apart and it's no longer a nice long piece of roving, it's just a bag of fluff. Yeah, Andrew, I saw it as well. I was just like, whoa, hello, thank you, Kim. And this is why we have mods, you guys. This is why we have mods. They work fast and they deal with the evil before we have to worry about it. Kim just beat me. Yeah, thank you. Because even though, like, this is the thing, you guys, like, I actually get asked this quite often by other people who run live streams. I know of some people that run live streams and do it without mods. And because, I suppose the thing is, I could probably do it without a mod if I was just reading the chat, not spinning, not dyeing, not doing any of the other stuff that we do. But because I'm not always staring at the screen, sometimes things pop up and we don't want them. We don't want them in our chat. We don't want them in our comments. It's those sorts of things that get people's channels demonetized. So when people put rude things in the comments as well, that can also cause their favorite channels to get demonetized. Which, it's a pretty selfish thing for people to do. And I know it's just an attention-seeking thing. But like they love a creator and they write all this stuff to try and get noticed by the creator, and then next thing you know, that creator's had that video totally demonetized. And so we have to watch what comes in our comments, and it's really tricky, which is why there's so many mods. You guys, we've got Kim and Sally, we've got Jackie in here today, and then we also have other mods. So we have Stephanie from Ritz Crochet Clock when she can join in. Jacob's a mod as well. And I try to have 3 mods in every stream if I can. So, Andrea says, Game Widows, Abby wants to steal my cats. Yeah, Abby wants to steal Game Widows' dog. Oh, yeah. By the way, my Abby says your Abby can't steal my dog. Look, Abby has now screenshotted the photo of your dog and asked me to print it out. So I think my daughter is going to be one of those people that put the things on the wall and put the love hearts around it, be all creepy. Anyway, that was... So, this is why we do things, and this is why I recommend to everybody who live streams to find someone in your chat that is reliable, who joins in every week and jumps in and chats and enjoys the group, and ask them if they'd mind taking it on. So you've normally got a few people to choose from, and there've been occasions where even with five existing mods, we've been stuck without a mod, and we've made extra mods. I think Claire Sullivan as well from Bob Wilson 123. She's a mod as well. So she's making a dream board of other people's pets, which is really it's really, really bizarre, because it's not like she doesn't have any pets. She's got 2 cats and a dog and chickens. Where are we? There's a really rude and crude troll in a live I was in the other day. Yeah, and like they just go everywhere because it's their fun. They're having their fun. And I got nothing against, like trolls that are just having a bit of fun versus trolls that are crude. So I think there is a definite difference. So yeah, it's a stalking board. That's right, Kim. More than a dream board, it's a stalking board. She's stalking other people's pets. So we're nearly getting ready to start bringing the bobbin back this way. So yeah, it's one of those things. But it's the nature of the online world, right? Like there's always the people that hide behind their keyboards. There's always the people that hide behind their anonymous photos. So yeah, it's one of those just bizarre things that some people feel comfortable just spouting whatevers. But if they said it in front of their mum or in front of their grandma, like that's how I think about it. Like, how would my mum feel about it if I wrote this? Now, my mum's pretty cruisy, you guys. I can get away with most things. So if I was concerned that my mum wouldn't be happy with something I wrote, then I've written something real bad. The over commenters. I don't know what that means. Fun is one thing, being disruptive is another. Absolutely, Freaky. Absolutely. So, so long and thank you for the fish. Love hitchhikers. Me too. Me too. Where are we? So yeah, so let me look at this time. We're at 20 past 11, guys, like my time here in Australia. Excuse me, sorry. A little bit of fluff flying around the room because I'm spinning. This afternoon's plans involve getting some things in the post, finishing updating a clover restock order. So we've got lots of clover stock in. Not everything is being restocked, guys, but there is a lot. Lots of stitch markers, chibis. There's a couple of hooks, but there's still some big gaps because the problem I have with my clover supplier is that they don't always have everything and they've got to wait for it to come from Japan. And I swear their stuff comes on a ship. That's how long it takes. So, yeah. So normally it can take a little while, but we got some restocks. We got a couple of sets there as well of the standard hook size sets. The, what is it, 2 mil to, I can't remember, but the bigger set, not the fine work set, the other set. My brain has quit and left. Evil fluff to add to the chickens in chat. That's right. The old slow boat from China. Yeah, but because it's clover, it's coming from Japan. But yeah, so we've got lots of stitch markers and the wiggly sheep ones, you guys. I love the wiggly sheeps. Got a couple of special little sets in little cases of stitch markers. I just need a few more minutes to finish that off because I got most of it done, but there's just a couple more that I just need to up the stock levels on. And then what else am I going to do today? I had a custom order for some yarn. So it's not a custom color, but they wanted more than what I had in stock. So that's got to get finished. I twisted most of those yesterday, so there's still 3 more of those to get ready. That won't go out today. They're not quite dry. So yeah, but we're getting there. We've got some things happening. Where are we? Good to see everyone last week. It was great to see everybody. So those of you that are wondering what happened is last Friday, we had Kylie from Fiberlily come into Fiberific and dye yarn with me on live. So if you want to see that live, it's here on YouTube. You can go and check it out. We were going to re-show the colours. I'll finish the fluff in my hand and I'll get those out again. And then we had on Saturday, we had a meet-up at the Hyperdome of heaps of people. I think I counted 15 at one stage. Was that? Yeah, I think I worked out that there was about 15 people. who came along to meet up and meet with Kylie, and it was great. So it was such a nice day. Kim says that YouTube can't handle her typing speed. I know that feeling. Because you've made too many chats. Hang on, did you mention a Clover order? Yes, I did mention a Clover order. I've been restocked. I'm just finishing uploading it to the website. Diana says, my break is almost over. I can come out of the closet I've been hiding in. Stacey said, morning, I've missed everything. Stacey, I'm literally about to show the colours again. I know some people have already seen them, but I'm going to show them again. The things we do to get stream time. I know, Kim, isn't it funny? I'm the same. And like every now and again, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get to catch a Stephanie live over on It's Crochet O'Clock. You guys, there's a truck. So I'm just going to pop the pre-stream roll on. It was 2. We will get extra time. Don't worry, Kim. So this is the B&H that was ordered Tuesday. Is here, and Chiagu order. Woot woot. So that I didn't think was coming till tomorrow, and that was ordered Friday, Monday, somewhere like that. Do we want to see what's in these boxes? Where are we? I'm just going to catch them on the chat. I'm desperate for a 4.5mm hook. I don't know if I've got any. I'll have to have a look. I think it's one of the ones that's on the back order list. But I'm the same. I needed a 4.5 for a project, so I was like, oh well, I'm just going to make it small. Andrea wants that song to be a ringtone. I can send that to you, Andrea. I've got it. Chiagu order. Yes, of course. I just got 2 Squishmail parcels this morning from Kylie. So you guys want to see what's in these boxes. So this one's a bit of a, I don't have any scissors. What kind of crafter am I with no scissors handy? Let me look in here. Stitch markers, knitting needles. No scissors. Like, I can see like 4 pairs just in the distance. But, okay, so in this box, let me in the box. Why you gotta be so hard, box? Ha ha ha, you cannot keep me out. In this box is, because they've squished down a bigger box is the problem. In here we have wood. Go over there, empty box. We've got gear. We've got an Elgato Cam Link 4K and a micro HDMI to standard HDMI. Guess what this will do, you guys? Guess what this can do? These two things, plus some other things that I have coming, will mean that I can utilize one of my good cameras as a webcam. We're going to have a third camera, you guys. That's the big secret, is I've been trying to work it out. I don't know if my laptop's going to be able to do it, but I'm going to have the gear to do it when my laptop's updated, which is going to happen sooner rather than later because it's starting to do some things. More new cameras. So it's not actually a camera. What it does is this plugs into your laptop. Then you plug this into this and that into your DSLR camera, which I've already got because I use DSLRs for all my photography and my other videos. And then it means that I can record either videos directly to my computer so I'm not limited by space, or I can also use them in a live stream. So I could actually replace a beautiful, like my headshot here, instead of using this laptop, I could have the beautiful bokeh effect and depth effect of a DSLR behind me. So the back would do all that all pretty stuff. You know, that's the theory. So, and it would also mean that I could have my laptop a lot closer if I wanted it, and not have to worry about it being on a specific height because my camera could be on a tripod wherever I wanted it. And I could control it with my laptop and everything as well. So that's what these do. So I'm very excited. Oh my God, I nearly didn't buy these, you know. I was like, no, I bought the Brio. I don't need to do anything else. Make the lives go smoother. That's the thing, you guys. The lives are such a huge and important thing for me because it's when I get to talk to you and I get to have your feedback and show you pretty colors and hang out, and it's like my own little personal craft group. I mean, I feel pretty selfish in saying that, but let me think how I'm going to get this open. I should just go and get some scissors, right? Or even a pen to stab it. Something. All right, I'm gonna grab something. Hang on a second, you guys. Bang. If I were the scissors, where would I be? I'd be just out of hand reach, of course. Okay, we have scissors. We have the box. Just blocking some personal information so you guys. Just about stab myself in the scissors. Stab myself in the arm with the scissors. All right, what have we got? Okay. Oh, put your mic back on. Thank you. Hang on. I twisted it. Thank you for the mic reminder. Oops, I put it on backwards. Try again, Chantel. Bimp. Okay. Alrighty. Investing in tools and equipment that makes things easier is never an indulgence. Hence, I have a stud press and a bag sealer. Absolutely. I got my microphone back. I've heard some people say they buy stuff for lives and claim them during income tax. Not sure how that works. So if you, like for me, my YouTube is part of my business. Any money I make from it, I have to pay tax on. And any money I spend to make this is claimable on tax. But I mean, like the reality is, if you're just spending money to claim it on tax, good, you know, good job. No, it doesn't work that way because you still got to spend the money and you're only saving whatever the tax would have been. I won't get into that. So what have we got? We've got Now, before anyone gets excited, most of this stuff has been pre-ordered, okay? So these have all got homes to go to. So there's a T-spin hook set. We've got a 5-inch red lace small set. We've got some circular needle cases. So these are amazing. Actually, only one of these has got a home. I'll show you what these look like. These are great. I should probably grab one for myself because I keep drooling over them. So they've got the beautiful case. So if you've got one of the normal cases, they're slightly bigger. So see how they're just a bit wider and a bit longer? Not by much, but just a bit. And they've still got like the little zipper pouch, but the zipper pouch in this thing is huge as well. Like, look, my whole hand, it goes all the way to the edge here and all the way around. Okay, so it's a much bigger zip page. But also, in here, I don't know if you can, I'm going to pop the big box down. Hang on. Okay, here, there we go. They're all labelled. And they're little Velcro pouches. Now, don't do what I did the first time I tried one out, was I put the tips in that way and they poked through the end. Poke the tips out where the holes are. But it can fit all the sizes. It goes from a 2.25 all the way up to 10 mil with little named pouches. So it's just a really cute way to store your fixed circulars. So someone ordered one, but for some things I have to order 3 of. So, you know, there's 2 more of those there. You can stuff more in it. Yeah, absolutely. So the black case is actually empty. It's actually empty. Can you just buy the cables from a red shorty set? I have to double check. I think you can. I haven't got any in stock, but I think I can get them. The red cables are minis, so you can buy the mini cables in the longer lengths. I just don't know if I can get them in the shorter lengths or not. So there's the other 2 of those. You should see my desk here. It's an absolute mess. Lots of cables and connectors and things. They're all going into stock. Cables and connectors. All the cables and connectors. And then we've got some DPNs and some more 5-inch small sets. We've got a set of blueies. And then in this box are 3 Chiagu Swifts. So that's what came today, you guys. Got another box that's already on its way. It got shipped, I don't know, the last day or 2. So it'll be here by next week. So we've got more stuff coming. I still haven't finished restocking from Bendigo because of the Australian dollar. Bang. Okay, so I'm going to switch camera angle over to my face. What? That was terrifying for you all, wasn't it? Blue shorties for the win. Yeah. Andrew says I need to buy me some circulars so I can get me one of those. Oh dear. You can. We so need more connectors. We so needed more. We've needed way more connectors. Gosh, that's just. It's insane. I have lots of needle and cables just floating around, need to store them in a case. Absolutely. The advantage with the thing that I love, I love Chiagu, you guys. There's no denying that, right? I am completely and utterly biased how much I love Chiagu, right? But one of the things I specifically love is their cases. They have these gorgeous cases for all their sets. And it means that you can have a ridiculous amount of knitting needles stacked into a couple of little cute cases. And it means that if you go on a holiday, you don't have to decide what you're going to take. You can put a little case in your bag and take it all. Do you know what I mean? And not risk forgetting a specific needle tip or forgetting to bring a cable tightener or whatever. Everything's in there. And so I love that. And I love how cute the fabric is. This fabric is so cute. Look at it. And you can color it in. You can Abby hit one of mine up with just standard textures. So, it is just gorgeous. And I love how they make. I've never had anything. I've been using my same set, a 5-inch small set of chow goos now for it's got to be 7 years. It's got to be 7 or 8 years. And I have no problems with the zips. I've never gotten a hole, nothing. And I'm hardcore. And I'm not like a care for your tools person. I'm like throw it, find it down the back of the couch. Like tools are to be used. So, it's just fantastic. And I love that about it. It's not precious. You can just use it. Odd But Nice has asked, what are your must-have of chow goo? For me personally, and the kind of knitting that I do, which is majoritively finer yarns, I have got a 5-inch small set. Now, I have added a couple of tips. So I think I've got like a 6 and a 7 extra mils. These are mils. Because the small set goes from 2.75 mil up to 5 mil. So I've added just an extra couple of tips and I added those tips before the new connectors came in, so I've got a couple of cables for them as well. And so I use that just about all the time. Now, something I want to get for myself is the blue shorties. They're going to be perfect for sleeves and small diameter hats and stuff. And again, same size range. Although these are 3.25 mil up to 5, so they're missing 2 of the smaller ones, and that's fine by me because most of that sort of stuff I'm doing with thicker yarn. And so, these are the 2 things for me that I really, really, really want to have. I love my Tunisian hook set, but I do tend to prefer to crochet with my clovers. So, it's one of those things. But yeah, Kim says she's coloured hers in with Sharpies. Kirby says, my only thing with the chow goo case is it doesn't have enough slots for metal and bamboo full set. Yeah, it does. It does. I'm just grabbing out, this is one of the half sets, but there's second row pockets, so you can put all your bamboos in the second rows. Hang on. So if you get a complete set, right? Hang on, I'm just going to get this zip all the way open. And if you get a complete set, it fills all these and all of these, right? But in here, there's a whole nother row of pockets. You can fill those with a whole extra sets of needles. I've seen people, Samantha Guilfoyle, one of my regular customers, she's done it. And it looks great. So you can do it. It doesn't if you buy the extra sizes. Okay, so what it's missing is it's missing a 7 and a 7.5. So, I mean, you've got 2 blank, so you've got 2 extras here that say CG, they're not numbered. So you can put them in there and there. So you do have 4 extra pockets. So you could put the 7 and the 7.5s in. They would fit, I would think. I mean, they wouldn't be over on this side where all the big ones are. They'd be on the little side. But I could see they would fit, wouldn't they? Because that's all you're missing. So you've got the 5, the 5.5, the 6, 6.5, 8. So you're missing the 7 and the 7.5. But that's it. You're only missing 2. Yeah. Anyway, I would have thought it would have fit, personally. What needle size is best for working with sock yarn? Oh, okay, Freaky. That's one of those how long is a piece of string questions. It depends on your sock yarn. And it depends on what you're making. So 4-ply yarn, you can use, if you're making nice tight socks, 2 mil. 2 mil, 2.25 mil. And it also depends on your knitting as well, like if you're a loose knitter or a tight knitter. But if you want something lacy and open, I've used 4-ply yarn with a 4.5 mil. So it's one of those things. It depends on what you're making. It really does. Kim says, what does the pattern suggest and how's your tension? That's exactly right, Kim. And also what the yarn label suggests if you're adjusting yarn, like if you're, what's the word? Substituting yarn. My brain just totally just went. Freaky says I don't normally follow a pattern. Okay, so I would swatch and make sure you're getting a stitch density you're happy with. But yeah, I reckon a 2 or a 2.25 for socks personally. Stacey says that she uses a 2.25 needle with 64. Yeah, I use a 2.25 for a 60. Well, I start with 70 and then go down because I got big ankles. So start with 70 and go down to 64. Kirby says, I wish my chowgoos didn't bite me. I love them, but I have to use thimbles. Really? Okay. I mean, oh, I put that person's stuff back, but didn't put all their things in. I better fix that. Yeah, because I'm a continental knitter, and I don't have any problems, but you might knit differently than me. But in saying that, I also had an instance where a customer received a set, and there were 2 tips in there that were faulty and were like razor sharp. So I would double check that all your tips are nice and smooth. These look like they'd been drilled wrong. They're real weird, but Chowgu just swapped them out. Oh, sorry guys. This is just like all the laughing and all the coughing and all the sneezing. So yeah, so there's lots of options when it comes to your knitting of what kind of fabric you want to get at the end of it, how tight your knitting is, all that sort of thing. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. I put thimbles on my thumb and finger because I'm a pusher, push the needles as I knit, and the tips are very sharp. Okay. Do you find it's the same with all the chowgoos or just the chowgoo interchangeables and the knit lace? Because the knit reds have got a rounder top. So if you look at the knit red, chowgoo have 2 lines of stainless steel. One's knit red and one's knit lace. The lace have got a finer, longer tapered tip. The knit reds have got like a softer, rounder, still pointy, but it's around a softer tip. But they also get the elbows. So the 9 inches don't have the elbows, but then from 12 inches up, they've got like a little elbow in them. So, where are we? I have a set of signature needles with stiletto points. They are lethally sharp. I've heard that. Knit red are more like knit pro tips with a shorter taper. Oh, thank you, Kim, for that description. I only have the chowgu interchangeable red twists and bamboo tips. The metals are a tad sharper than the bamboo to me. Yeah, the metal interchangeable tips are their lace tips, so they're pointier. They've got like a longer taper. I think I've got a photo up in one of my videos. It's one of the comparison videos. I'll find it. Stiletto tips sound unsafe. They do a little, don't they? But some people like to knit with a really nice pointy sharp tip. They can just knit faster, especially if they're doing a lot of lace. It's really helpful. So that's why I personally like the chowgoos, is because they have got they've got a tapered and pointier tip, but it doesn't make me bleed. Does that make sense? I don't want to be bleeding while I'm knitting. Lindsay says, I like moleskine, the kind for your feet for the adhesion, and you cut a piece for your fingertip to stop the poking. Oh, okay. So you just like stick a little bit onto the ends of your fingers while you're knitting rather than wearing a whole thimble. I finished my cup of coffee. You know when you just want that one more sip? So guys, I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to go and price some things and update some things and play with my cameras, play with my new toys. I'm not going to lie. That's the first thing I'm doing. I'm going to see if this works. So, yeah. Then I'll do some work, okay? Kirby says, I love the way the yarn glides on the metal and how easy the stitches are to pick up. Just hate needing that protection. I understand that. Freaky Geek, damn, feel like I just got here. I know, it's gone really fast today. Really fast. So I'll catch you all next week. Normal live stream, normal time, all that kind of jazz. Who knows? We might even get to have a play. Like, as long as this doesn't crash my computer, we'll have a play with the new stuff. I am going to try and do the testing in the Fibrific Fun Zone, but yesterday the internet just went. So nothing was working, and I thought it was Facebook, but it turned out it was actually the internet. So yeah, so I'm going to have a little play with this, see what happens. It'll be fun. Anyway, camera roulette. That's exactly right, Kirby. It's camera roulette, fiberific style. Be nice to have an extra camera, especially when we're doing dye streams and things like that. Being able to have one up, like extra angles and things like that. Anyway, it'll be fun. Kim says, no, I need to go out, so I can't watch. Oh, that's fine. I'm off to knit with some silk. Have fun. Have fun with your silk, Andrea. I'll see you all next week. I'll be around on social medias if you've got any questions. If there was any of that lace weight that you wanted, send me a PM. You guys know the drill. And I will catch you all another time. Bye.